Hi, my name is Scott Simpson, and today I'll be showing you how to convert from grams to moles. So in this problem, what we have is we're asked how many moles of nitrate are required to completely react with 14.2 grams of copper given the following balanced reaction. And you're told this balanced reaction. The first step I always take in these types of problems is to underline what are we trying to answer here. So if we look, we're trying to answer how many moles of nitrate. Okay, let's box important information. That's what I always do too. That way I can keep clear what I need to use later on. So that 14.2 grams of copper is important, and this balanced reaction is important. Fortunately, I forgot to include parentheses for that aqueous. Now, the other thing we have to ask ourselves is, what is nitrate? So nitrate is one of those polyatomic ions that you should know. Nitrate is NO3 minus. Okay, so let's start with what we know, or wherever we have some numbers. So the only numbers we really have for the most part, we have some balanced stoichiometric coefficients, which we could use. These are the numbers that are out front of each of these chemical entities. Oops, forgot a minus sign in there. My bad, forgive me. The stoichiometric coefficients are the numbers that are out front of these molecular entities. And we also have a mass here. So we're looking for moles, but we have a mass. So let's start with that mass. We got 14.2 grams of copper. Now we have to multiply this by some sort of conversion factor. What I always stress to students to do is focus on the units first, then the numbers second. So the unit that's in the denominator has to match the unit that's in the numerator right here. So we know we have to have grams of copper. If you think of the conversions that we have at our fingertips, one that we can use are moles. So moles of copper. Note you can only go between grams and moles of the same substance. It becomes difficult and taxing if you are trying to convert from grams of one substance into moles of a different substance. So where do we get these numbers? Well, you can actually get them off the periodic table. If you look at the periodic table, what you'll find is for every 1 mole of copper, there are 63.546 grams of copper. However, if we go back to the previous question, does this answer our question when we multiply it? Nope, it doesn't. What we're looking for are moles of nitrate. So we got to keep going. We have to have another conversion factor. So just like last time, we know the units have to cancel out in the numerator and the denominator. So we're going to have moles of copper. And let's just guess, let's try to go to moles of nitrate. Okay. Now we need to find some numbers to put in here. That's where this balanced chemical equation comes into play. The stoichiometric coefficients can actually be used as a conversion between moles of copper and moles of nitrate. So if we look at this balanced chemical equation, there's a coefficient of 1 out front of the copper, there's a 2 out in front of the nitrate. So we could put a 1 here and a 2 here. Okay, let's look to see what our units are going to be. So let's cross out units that are going to go away. We have grams of copper in numerator, grams of copper in the denominator, that goes away. Next, we have moles of copper, moles of copper. What we're left over with are units of moles of nitrate. So we should be in a pretty good spot to get the right answer, assuming we do our mathematics correct. So we multiply these things together, and what I get as a result is 0.44692 moles of nitrate. However, this wouldn't be considered the correct answer because we have to keep significant figures in mind. If we look at these values, we have to go with the one with the lowest number of significant figures. Many students tell me that these this conversion right here has one significant figure. That isn't quite true. These are exact numbers, so they have an infinite number of significant figures. That means we're down to either 5 significant figures or 3. And remember, with multiplication, we always go with the least amount of significant figures. So this answer should be 0.447 moles of NO3. Okay, so hopefully I have shown you how to convert from grams to moles in a simple, easy fashion. What we did is we started with a number of one substance. We converted a mass of that substance into moles of that same substance. Finally, we transferred from moles of one substance to moles of another substance. And just to reiterate, you have to go through moles if you want to convert between two different substances. If you are just looking at a single substance, you can go from moles to grams relatively easily. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a question below, and thank you again.